In previous video we have covered language fundamentals, right? Fundamentals. But what we have covered the history of Python, features of Python, limitations of Python, drawbacks of Python, and versions of Python, and official website of Python. This all we have learned in the previous video. If you missed that video, please go and watch that video. Right now, our today's topic is identifiers. So our today's topic is identifiers. What are identifiers? So what are identifiers? A name which can be used for identification is called identifiers. That means the name convention. So if we are going to assign a value to a variable, so x equal to some 5. Here what 5 is the value and x is the variable. This x is called as identifier. So this x is called as identifier, like that. It can be a class name, function name, or a module name, or a variable name. So identifiers are the names which we are using to identify the names in a programming language. So what is a class name? Class name, nothing but when we define a class, we will define for like class name as suppose square. So I define a class name as square. Here the square is an identifier. And coming to the functions, if I define a function like add function, here add is an identifier, square is an identifier. Coming to here, x is an identifier. Like that, identifiers are the names that are used for identification. Okay. Now we have understood what the identifier is. Coming next, there are certain rules that are defined to define the identifiers. So what are those rules? To define an identifier, the only allowed characters in Python are alphabets, lowercase or uppercase. We can use both lowercase and uppercase alphabets and digits from 0 to 9. So here we can say that we can use alphabets and we can use digits and we can use underscore symbol. Only underscore symbol, not apart from that. So what we can use like A, B, C alphabets we can use 1, 2, 3 we can use, like hyphen you can use, and these are the allowed characters, but there are some certain conditions to place these characters while defining an identifier. So what is the condition? Identifier should not start with a digit. In the sense, if I am assigning a value of 5 to 1, so this is like incorrect syntax. So this is an incorrect syntax, right? I can give an identifier like value equal to 5, so this is true, right? So I cannot give an identifier name like this one also, 1 to value equal to 5, this one also wrong. And what is the correct place of that digits in our identifier is, the identifier should start with whether capital or small alphabet. Like see value, we can give like 5 here and we can give like 5. So after alphabets we can use a digit, so it is considered yes 2. And we can use value equal to 5, this one also true, right? So these are the places where we can use the characters. And identifiers are case sensitive. What is case sensitive? Case sensitive in the sense whether it is a capital letter or small letter, like uppercase or lowercase. Of course, Python language is a case sensitive. So if we define a equal to 5 and a equal to 5 in Python, these both are different. not same, both are different, not same, because it's a case sensitive. Okay, Python is a case sensitive. How we can if we give value for a equal to 5 and a equal to 6, and if we are going to print the value of a, what we will get? We will get 5. We will get 5. And if we are going to print a, what we will get? We will get 6. So Python is case sensitive language. Okay, we can see here we cannot use reserved keywords. You know, right? We cannot use reserved keywords as identifiers. What are reserved keywords? That we are going to learn in our next video. What are reserved keywords? Next video we are going to learn what are the reserved keywords in Python. Suppose I can say like there are some keywords like if, else, if, else, true, false. So there are some set of reserved keywords in Python which have some specific functionality inbuilt. So we are not going to use like if equal to 5 or else equals to 5. These are not supported. If you want to use if, you can use like if equal to 5 because Python is a case sensitive. Okay. Coming to the next, what are the limitations? So we can use alphabets. There is no length limit in Python identifier, so we can write like how much length we want to define a variable. We can define that identifier. There is no limitation in the length, but recommended to use 2 short forms because it is readability is good. Okay, identifier can start with underscore. I told you, right? Underscore. So here you can see the symbol underscore. So if I define underscore, if I define an underscore before a value equal to 5, we can use this type of naming convention. Identifiers, right? Identifiers. What we can use? We can use A to Z, and we can use A to Z, and we can use 0 to 9, and we can use underscore symbol. So if an identifier starts with a digit, then we are not considering this one. If it starts with a digit, it is not acceptable. And what are possible ways that we are going to add? If it starts with dollar symbol value, it is not allowed. What are the symbols if we are using, it is not allowed. So what are the these all are not allowed. And what are allowed? Allowed are value 5, or we can use VALU equal to 5. This is applicable, or value 5 equal to 5. This is also applicable, and underscore value is also applicable, and double underscore value is also applicable. Underscore value underscore is also applicable. These all are allowed, right? So what is this one? Underscore value means, what is underscore value means? It is a private. Underscore is private value. And what is the double underscore? It means double underscore specifies that it is strongly private. And this double underscore value, double underscore are magical methods in Python. Okay, now we have understood what are identifiers, what are the allowed characters in allowed values in identifiers, and what are the not allowed naming conventions, and what are the allowed naming conventions in identifiers, right? So next